with something quote-unquote simple like Power Rangers. And yet, he started off as the main hench villain. And I'm going to spoil the season for you, sorry guys. He's the one that eliminates the main villain at the end of the season. Why? Because the main villain stabbed his compatriot in the back. Killed him. It's like, you're my evil boss and I'm your evil henchman and this guy was my evil cohort. Why did you, what?
No evil job security.
Exactly, no evil job security. Oh, you know, no honor among thieves. And so when he got his guy betrayed, he went, oh. And so ultimately, he's the one that defeated the main villain, not the Power Rangers. So ultimately, in that season, the villain was the hero, and the heroes were also Rands. So that was kind of fun. I dug that, and that character, that voice that I used on that is actually the base of what I'm doing right now for a series that once you find out what it is, you people will freak out, but I won't tell you today because I'm under contract and I can't. Sir, your question.
Out of all the voices you've done in your video game series, such as Last of Us, Gears of War,
right,
and Elder Scrolls, and so on and so forth,
right,
which one is by far your heavy favorite?
You mean the character or the game?
Either.
Which is my favorite game? I don't play very often, but I do watch. It's probably both the same. It's probably Tychus in StarCraft 2. You know, I mean, when I look at, is that phone here?
It sounds right.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
But StarCraft I really enjoyed because I used to watch my brother play it, and I love the fact that it's this big tournament game that they play in Korea and around the world. That's a lot of fun. But the character was so deep and so rich that I really, really enjoyed it. You get this depth of character out of anti-heroes that you just don't get in other places. You know? It's this notion of wanting to do the wrong thing, but knowing that you have to do the right thing, not liking it, and doing it anyway. You know, it's like, as I described it, Han Solo or Tychus Finley would be sitting at the bar at the cantina, some settler busts in, they're killing everybody, help us! And all the good guys in the bar would sit there and go, looking at their drink, right? And then you've got the Doc Hollidays, you've got the Han Solos, you've got the Tychus Finleys. They'll slam down the rest of their drink, grumble lots of obscenities, grab their gun, and go out and do what needs to be done, so that they can come back and drink later. You know, those are characters that are just a lot of fun. You know, yes, sir.
Okay, actually, I want to thank you because for all day I was kind of trying to remember what it was I recently saw Neil Kaplan's name in, and it was Last of Us, because I had recently bought the game and I beat it recently and I enjoyed it. So my question is, with all this talk about like gray areas in like the moral code and such, you must have really enjoyed being part of Last of Us, because there were a lot of gray areas in that game.
Yeah, but unfortunately, you know, what happens is you get these. I remember one day I was working on Guild Wars 2, and I walked into the studio, and in the corner there were probably 10 stacks of paper from here to the ground. That was the script of the game. Or maybe just part of the script. I don't know.
You read all that?
Nope.
Ouch.
Nope. But, you know, I recorded that for days and days and days and days and days. I must have read 1,000 lines or more, and I'll tell you, I've spent hours on YouTube trying to find my characters. I can't find them. That's how big this game is. That I recorded, you know, so much. I recorded dozens of hours, and yet I can't find it anywhere because it's just that huge.
Well, why don't you just buy the game and you can hear yourself talk all the time?
Well, no, because you still have to get to those places.
Oh,
you
okay.
know? And I might have to, because there are 3 characters that I played in that game that I'd really like on my demo tape. But like, for instance, Last of Us, that one in specific, I just went in and screamed and moaned and, you know, became infected and then got bitten by the infected and then was terrified by the infected. I was just background people. So I had really no idea about the depth of the storytelling in that until after it was released and everybody would talk about it, you know, and really get into it. It was like, oh, glad I was a part of that one, cool.
Is that how you get your feedback though? Like I'm missing something, I guess, as far as...
No, not necessarily how you get your feedback. I mean, but the fact of it is that, you know, they can't take the time to tell me the entire story of the game if all they really need me to do is be frightened by about a zombie chasing me and then getting bit. It's one of those things where it's like, look, there ain't enough time right now to tell you everything about this game, because ultimately you don't need to know.
So you could be just being hired as a noise or a noise maker.
The way I term it sometimes is being a vocal extra.
Okay, so...
Okay? Because without extras in a movie, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't buff out. You know, if you do Star Wars, but you don't have all the stormtroopers in there, or all the aliens in there, you just got these, you know, these 2 guys and this girl, and this guy in the black mask, really boring. But you need Porkins, you know, in the trench. Thank you. You know, you need Porkins in the trench, because that's what gives you the depth of, this really is a big attack. So if you don't have characters getting blown up in Gears of War, screaming, and you don't get a sense of what to be scared of. I mean, I've done a few games like that where I don't have a character, it's just getting killed. You know, it's like Gods of War.
And they credit you as being the Neil Kaplan?
Yeah, Neil the Kaplan additional voices is what it'll say.
Oh, okay.
You know, or voice. You know, but like I'm working on Gods of War with Chris Zimmerman, and she's sitting there going, all right, you are stabbed in the eye with the right eye with a hot poker. What? Oh, no. You're hit in the left elbow with a spiked baseball bat. And her directions were really specific, and the reason is, you as the audience won't know that that's what I'm playing, but me as the actor understands that it feels different, and I'll react differently. So the scream for this one doesn't sound like the scream for this one. You don't just sit there and go, ah, 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 ah. It's like, it's for different things. There's somebody on the roof who you suddenly see the sun glint off their scope as they're about to shoot you. You know? Whoa!